Bongo is the district capital of the Bongo constituency in the Upper East region and shares a boundary with neighboring Burkina Faso. It also shares borders with the Kassina Nankana district to the west and the Bogatanga municipal to the south. The total area of the Bongo constituency is 459 square kilometers, and residents here are farmers and petty traders. The constituency has the Via Dam for all year-round farming and its resonating rocks, the Bongo Rocks, is a top tourism site. The constituency has 5 senior high schools and a private university at Namor. In spite of the strides the constituency has made, deplorable road networks, inadequate furniture in basic schools, abandoned projects among others, remain critical issues that constituents want resolved. The Bongo constituency has since 1992 been a safe seat for the National Democratic Congress, with Albert Abongo serving 6 terms consecutively as MP until 2016, when he decided not to contest. Edward Abanbiri Bawa stood on the ticket of the NDC in the 2016 parliamentary election and won by 18,422 votes against the NPP parliamentary candidate Gabriel Nso Agana, who polled 6,800 votes. With the elections looming, both candidates have intensified their campaigns with their posters dotted around the constituency. Some constituents are clear in their mind their best bet among the 2 candidates.
Awimbisa occupied a position. He managed the affairs of the district. He takes our common fund and everything. We don't even know what he's using the common fund for. And when you look at what Edward Bawa went to Parliament and did, when you talk of water issue, he's able to raise about 43 boreholes in the district, which has never even been done. And when you talk of even the district itself, how many boreholes have they constructed? They started taking our common internal generated revenue. What do they use it for? They talk of, when you talk of the one village, one dam, he's supposed to be the foreman of Bongo district. What has he done? He's not supervising the work. They end up giving us what? Drag house.
The roads, for example, it's very, very commendable. For so many years, since Andrews Awini's time, when Kufuor came along and they did the Bongo road from Yorgo up to this place, it is now that the bridge of Balungo, which was a very, very big problem to us, where Edward Bawa is coming from. It is now in this era, the MPP government's era, that the bridge has been constructed, the road has been done, leading through to Balungo, to Namoy, and into the border town of Burkina Faso.
The projects they have put out here is one village, one dam, which has nothing. We cannot see the dam anywhere. These are, I guess, they are only dug out in Bongo here. These are no dams. They attempt putting up a bridging addition, a Balungo bridge, which has been started, planned work of NDC. But as at now, with the heavy rains these days, there are rumors that the bridge is getting collapsing. So they are starting works.
The proverb in the local palace, that is Frafara, Bawula Avalgazu. So it's the dog back because of his face for meat. And for years, when it comes to voting, we do come out to vote for the NDC simply because we believe that they'll bring us back to development. But we vote for them over years. We vote for them over years. And what do we get back to return? What we get back in return is non-performance and incompetence. But look at Peter Yembesa, for the past 3.5 years, when he was being appointed as the DC, we can see a lot of things that this man has done. We go to health, we go to education, and we go to all sectors. For instance, during the 8 years of NDC, they built only 4 chips compounds in Bongo here. As we are speaking, through the lobbying skills of Peter Yembesa, just the 3.5 years, we have been able to get 4 chips compounds, which means what NDC has done in 8 years, the MPP government is using 3.5 years to do. We have in Bongo Sonsana DCE, we have one in Namoy, we have one in Nayorba, and we have one in Via. Even Kerry, they even constructed, they awarded one in Bawa, which is in Zoko. So this is what we are saying. We are looking for somebody who can at least salvage the people of Bongo from that bondage.
For the NPP parliamentary candidate Peter Ayimbisa, the constituency has witnessed unprecedented development under his leadership as the DCE, and constituents can't wait for him to rescue them from the incumbent MP, Edward Bawa.
Looking at the women, what have they been doing? We are interweaving. That is our basic economic activity. How do we empower them? How do we resource them? How do we provide the material they require, the straw, so they will be able to get involved in these things? And day by day, each week, each month, I keep providing them with all these resources. And I know the women are waiting for me. They are too anxious. They can't wait any longer. They can't wait to defer Ayimbisa going to Parliament by even 1 month. They cannot defer my elections. That is why I stand for them. I stand for the farmers. Just this farming season, I bought 500 bags of fertilizer and distributed to farmers across the district, devoid of whether you are NDC, MPP, PPP, or where. What I see in you is, first of all, you're a human being. Secondly, you're a Bongo person. And thirdly, you're a farmer. And that's what I am into. And I believe that come December 7th, the Bongo people will speak. They are going to speak and speak loud. They are going to repose that confidence they have always done in me. And I know, my people, what they want. The Bongo Lorry Park that we have just constructed, it used to be there. It was first constructed in 1960 something. My friend MP came, he did nothing about it. Virtually nothing. There's nothing to show that since he's been to Parliament for the past 3.5 years, he has brought this. He's claiming he has drilled 43 boreholes. Is that enough? That is not enough. His colleagues, MPs, are sitting somewhere. They are constructing schools. They are constructing chips compounds. They are providing employment to the teeming unemployed youth. He has not done any of those ones.
But Edward Bawa, the NDC incumbent member of parliament, is certain of beating his contender by 5,000 votes. He says he has a better track record that constituents already are benefiting from and will repose their confidence in him to continue his good works.
As we speak today, I have drilled more boreholes than the district assembly. I have drilled 43 boreholes using funds outside the common fund, either my own private funds or funds coming from friends and others. While the DCE, the assembly, superintended over by the assembly, drilling just 10 boreholes. The rest of the boreholes were drilled by NGOs. For example, Water Aid had drilled 21, and UNDP had drilled 15, UNICEF had drilled 15. So if you look at the comparison, this is one of the areas you look at. If you look at our current road that is there, as it's called the Bongo Belango Road, it's a road that had been a headache, and under the NDC contracts were signed to be able to do that. I advocated very strongly for this thing for the road to be done. And indeed, in 2017, the Minister for Roads and Highways indicated that he was going to make sure that it is part of the 2018 budget. And luckily enough, we put it there. And as we speak now, the project is going on. When it comes to education, I have been able to support 7 science students who are doing engineering in KNUST, where they don't pay school fees. Their stipends on monthly basis given to them. We know that in the next 3 years, 2 years, depending on the year, we will have fresh engineers coming from our constituency who otherwise would not have been able to go because of economic reasons. So if you look at this and you juxtapose that to what the NPP and for that matter the DCE has done, where even the assessment of our district, we have had the worst performance since 1992 in terms of assessment.
Reporting for City News, I'm Frederick Awuni, Bongo.